I was thinking this morning about editing your life. Editing your life. My name is Jimmy Rance, and I want to talk about editing your life. I'm editing my life. I never thought of it that way, but I was thinking about like whenever people make videos, they always edit. They want to make them nice. They want to remove, kind of like unnecessary and unwanted scenes. They want to remove it. And they want to make the scene a lot better. They want to make their video a lot better. Well, we can do that in life too. Especially if you're a senior and you've lived a lot of years and you've had a lot of stuff happen and you've got a lot of unedited scripts in your life. And I've been thinking about that. And I've been thinking about I need to remove some clutter out of my life. I just do. I need to improve the flow of my life. And I'm going to give you an example. I kind of talked about it yesterday a little bit. I want to make my life, I guess, cleaner. You know what I mean? And I want to make my life more meaningful. So how do I do that? And maybe you need to do it too. We need to edit our life. It's like I had some things that were absolutely precious to me, that man, they meant more to me as far as physical things. And I'm talking about my truck camper, which was awesome, my fifth wheel, which was awesome, and my big O F 350 one-ton dually truck. Wonderful. So what did I do? Well, I had to declutter. I hear that term, and I used to think these guys are full of crap. Less is more. And I thought, really? Less is more? How do you people figure that? But you know what? They may be right. It's funny how it's okay to change your mind and your thoughts about things. Less is more. I used to think, you're crazy. I got all this stuff, man, and I'm happy. Why? Because I got all this stuff. And you know what? Most of this stuff just sits around and collects dust. And I got to thinking about that. Less is more. So I thought, I need to do something. I need to declutter. I need to edit my life. I need to take the script of my life and chop it up like I'm editing a film, and I need to remove this and remove that, remove this, and then push it all together and have a nice, smooth scene in life. So my wife and I, when she was alive, we used to love to go camping, like I've said oodles of time. But she's gone. She's gone. And we can't do that anymore. So I thought, am I going to go camping anymore? At least in these campers that Bobby and I own? No. Emotionally, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put that emotionalism on me by going into the fifth wheel or going into my truck camper and reliving all of the things that Bobby and I did. And that's exactly what I would do. I need to edit that out of my life. So what did I do to edit that? I got rid of them. I sold them. And I put money back in my pocket. And the only reason I bought my truck, this big, humongous, diesel guzzling truck, was to haul my truck camper or to tow my fifth wheel. So I had this truck sitting out there, and I'm paying about $2,000 a year just for it to sit. It looks like a driveway ornament. It's just sitting there, letting the tires just dry rot off of it, which they actually did. They really did. I went out and looked at, I had a dealer that wanted to buy my truck, and he said, would you send some pictures of your truck? And I did, and I took a close-up picture of my tires because they look really good. These all-terrain tires. And I looked and I noticed all these cracks on the side. Well, I'll be damned. These things are dry rotting. So now that's another probably $1,200 right there. Boom. Just pocket change, $1,200. You know what I could do with $1,200? That'll buy a lot of chili dogs and double cheeseburgers. You know what I mean? So I have to edit my life. I want to make it cleaner. I want to improve the scene of life. So what did I do yesterday? I sold my truck. My big, beautiful truck. I sold it. I edited. I cut it. I got rid of it. Now I'm splicing the scenes together. And I woke up this morning and I was kind of wondering yesterday, well, how am I going to feel when I wake up and that big old truck's now sitting in the driveway like it used to. But it felt, I was relieved. I truly was relieved. No more emissions tests. No more buying that little sticker and registration that's expensive every year. No more paying that big monthly insurance premium every month. All the maintenance and all the tires and all the everything. You know, I mean, that truck, it ain't like your regular car where you go and get a few quarts of oil put in it. This thing holds like 5 gallons of oil. It cost a fortune just to do an oil change in this big dually I had. I don't have to worry about that no more. And I don't have to buy that expensive, very expensive diesel. That stuff's going through the moon and it's cheaper. I don't get that because it's really cheaper to make diesel than it is regular gas. I don't get it. It's called gouging you and people don't care. So what did I do? I edited yesterday and I made a cut on both ends of the truck, spliced it out, sent it out the door, and I hooked the two films together, and it's gone. It's cleaner. I'll tell you something else I'm getting ready to do. Getting ready to do some more editing. Back in my insane, crazy head prepping days when I was kind of this, I had to have everything, anything to do with prepping, I had to have it. Oh, I got to have that, man. I'm surprised I didn't buy a ghillie suit, but I didn't. I figured I'd look kind of stupid wearing that, so I didn't get it, you know. But, so I bought all these generators, big, powerful generators, big 10,000 watt generators, 4,000 watt generators, a 3,200 generator, a generator here, a generator there. I got the big blue eddies, you know, and I got other little small solar generators and stuff. I was ready, man. Bring it on. Bring on the doom and gloom, baby. I'm ready, Freddy, baby. I can do it. The power goes down, I'm going to be the only cat in my neighborhood with electricity. And you know what that'd do? After thinking about it, it's going to get me killed. You know what? I'd say, that guy's got stuff in his house. That's why he's running that generator. Notice that nobody else has lights on. Nobody else. Their refrigerators are just dead, man. But look at old Jim, Prepper Jim. He's got it going. We need to go knock on his door and take what he's got. So screw that. So you know what? I got to figure out how I want to do it, but I'm going to give somebody a good deal, and they're in the box. I've had them for years. They're still in their original box when I bought them. I bought them online. They shipped them to the house. I put them in my garage, and they're just sitting there. And I'm thinking, what do I need all this for, man? I don't. So I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to do some editing. I'm going to splice them out of my life and get rid of it. And I'm going to put some money in my pocket. You never know what I might do with that money. You never know. I may in the future have a date and I want to spend all that money on my date. I might do that. You never know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Less is more. You know, I've been really thinking about that. And I got so much stuff in this house, I got to get rid of it. It's smothering me. It's like this house was like no longer a house. I turned this house into like a Costco or a Sam's warehouse. I'm not living my life in fear over, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if nothing happens? I'm going to have enough stuff to where I can take care of myself responsibly. And if I ever get married again, I want to have enough stuff to take care of my wife. That's priority number one, even more so than taking care of myself. That's just the way I am. So anyway, I thought I'd come on here, guys, and just tell you, why don't you think about what I'm talking about? Edit your life. Edit it. Simplify your life. Get rid of the clutter. You don't need it. Well, I'm a macho man, Jimmy. You know, I built this tough guy wall around me, and I can't let it be tore down. I gotta look like this macho man. You know what? You're full of shit. And inside of you, you're crumbling, but you've got this stigma on you that you think you got to be tough guy. You're not a tough guy. You're just like a regular guy. You know, I'm a regular guy. I can be emotional. I can be very compassionate and sympathetic and empathetic to people. I'll laugh with you. I'll cry with you. But at the same time, I'll knock your head off if I get a chance. Well, I'm too old to be knocking people's heads off. That's why now I have a series of Glocks and my friend Smith and Wesson, so I don't have to, mess up my knuckles anymore. So don't come around here messing with me. I can't guarantee the outcome. But anyway, guys, stop acting like Neanderthals. You're in your 60s, in your 70s, for God's sake. What you could do in your 20s and 30s, you can't do anymore. Edit your life. Get all that tough guy bullshit out of your life. Just be a regular old man and just be a nice guy. But don't let people control you either. Like I kind of did a video about that, I think, yesterday. Don't let people just push your ass in the corner and forget about you and make you feel real bad. Don't do that. Live your life the way you want to live it. Don't let somebody else live your life for you. And they will. If you allow somebody to take your power, they will. Edit your life. Cut out all of the bullshit. Simplify your life. Make your life just I don't know, improve the flow of your life is what I'm saying. And to do that, you need to edit and cut out some of this bad, some of the unwanted. Get rid of it. Reclaim your life. Be a nice guy and get off of being the tough guy stuff. You know what I mean? Now, I rant and rave and everybody, oh, he thinks he's tough. No. I'm just very passionate about things and I show it. But I'm telling you, I'd like to think that I have a heart of gold too. I'll help anybody if I can. I'm not going to let anybody use me. That's for damn sure. But I'll help you. I'll give you a hand up, not a handout. You know what I mean? Edit your life. Simplify your life. Take charge of your life. And stop it with this 75-year-old. I'm a tough guy. You'll get your ass whipped so quick you won't know what hit you. Just mellow out, guys, okay? And ladies, be good to your men. They're doing their best. Hopefully they're doing their best to try to support you and take care of you. Love them to death. And I promise you they'll love you back. At least that's the way I work. All right, guys, y'all take it easy. I'm Jimmy Ranch. I got a flag right here. What about it? Says, what does that say? Serve no man or something like that. I've been wearing gray a lot. That's weird. I got a lot of gray shirts. Okay, I know y'all needed to know about that. But I'll see you later, guys. I'm Jimmy Ranch. Start editing.